Hello, everybody. This is Zach Said It Again. I'm your host, Zach Cooley, and I'm honored to be here with um, singing legend. He's a member of the Drifters and the Coasters. I've had the privilege of seeing him now 3 times live at the Millwald Theatre in Wytheville, and we are talking about his fantastic show, Christmas with the Drifters, which happened on December 20th at the Millwald Theatre. Mr. Early Clover, thank you so much for being with me today and talking to me.
It's a pleasure, Zach. It's a pleasure to do so.
Well, it's an honor to have you. I was fortunate enough to talk with you last year on this same program when you came through as a part of the Coasters, and the Drifters was one of the first shows in December of 2022. Um, the Millwald Theatre reopened after being closed for 20 years, and in January of 2024, the Drifters was the first really big show that took off and sold big to the public and brought people from outside the area into the theater, and it was the first really big success we had. So it was very exciting to get both the Drifters and the Coasters to the Millwall, but also to have the Drifters back for a special Christmas program. Now, do the Drifters have a special program they do for Christmas, or was that just something you lined up because you were scheduled to perform at Christmas time?
Well, we were just scheduled to perform at Christmas that particular time,
Uh huh.
and the show varies by the year. We add or change the format of the shows each time we do Christmas shows.
Sure, sure. I know one of the staples as performing as the Drifters. One of the staples of Christmas music for me every year is hearing Bill Pickney and Clyde McFadder doing the Drifters version of White Christmas. That is a classic,
Oh yes,
and
absolutely.
and that was something that I knew that you all would be doing, but what I really enjoyed was sort of the impromptu Christmas caroling. You know, did a couple of songs with the band and then a couple of songs a cappella, and then you let people shout out what they wanted. Uh, and if you guys knew it, you'd take off with it. And
Oh yeah. Well,
it was,
that's part of our audience participation because we always like to involve the audience as much as possible in our show
mm,
because after all, our show is a family-oriented show, so we like to make the audience feel welcome and a part of the show.
it absolutely is, and it's wonderful that the Drifters is an act that is over 70 years old, and you have people certainly of the senior citizen demographic that are there, but you have young people there enjoying it just as much as the older people, and everybody in between.
Yeah. Well, the music, uh, it has the essence um, and attraction to all ages because the
Mm-hmm.
message in the music it pertains to uh, everybody at a certain age in their life. Um, we all experience some of the same type of things, but maybe in different ways. But the music it reflects those things, and even young people um, they can enjoy and savor that music as well, because it also has a way of reflecting of some of the things that may be going on in their life, or some of the memories. We never know, but we have young people pretty much all the time at our shows.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
and the last time you performed at the Millwald, or at least the last time that I saw you perform as the Drifters, was January of 2024. And after that show, I interviewed a friend of mine for this program who was there, and he's over 80, and he can recall going to see the Drifters. He grew up in Charleston, South Carolina, and he could recall going to see the Drifters perform the Benny King lineup in the early '60s, and
Yeah.
he said that show was as good as when I saw them in the '60s. He said that what they did is they had a bunch of 70 and 80-year-olds feeling like teenagers again, and
Mm-hmm.
and it was a great experience for everybody involved. Um, my personal favorite era of the Drifters, one of my favorite performers of all time is Clyde McPhatter,
Right.
and I really enjoy that era of the Drifters, and I think a lot of people forget that Clyde was the first lead singer of the Drifters, because
Absolutely.
when they really took off in the '60s was with Benny King and all of those great hits from Atlantic Records. But it a lot of people forget that without Clyde, there would have been no Drifters.
Yeah, that's right.
So and your tenor, I don't have his name. You'll have to help me, but your tenor that sang alongside you could really do those high notes that Clyde used to sing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was at that particular time. It was either Mr. Racer or Jerome Jackson.
Oh,
Um,
that'd be Mr. Jackson. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, Jerome Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I remember him because somebody called out little drummer boy. They wanted him,
Right.
they wanted the Temptations did a real funky version of Little Drummer Boy, and somebody called that out and wanted that, and he said, well, I only know a couple of lines of that, but we'll do that, and then Let It Snow will have to suffice,
Yeah.
and then he went into that. But I mean, that
Yeah.
was great. And I'll tell you something about this Christmas. October 26th, my father passed away.
Oh,
And
my condolences.
thank you. And he was very much, he was a retired police officer and police chief, actually, and very much the anchor of the family. And and he died one day after his birthday. So Christmas was it was a little harder to get into the Christmas spirit this year. And coming to see the Drifters was the first thing I really did, as far as going out to see any kind of Christmas show or anything like that. And I did, and I really enjoyed it. Um,
Well, thank you.
my father was born in 1942. He was in the Coast Guard from '63 to '66, and that was the kind of music that he listened to. He listened to the early '60s R&B. Benny King, in fact, was one of his favorites. And he went, I think it was to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to hear, I don't think it was the Drifters, but I think he saw Benny King as a solo act and Clyde McPhatter as a solo act. Back in the days when everybody toured together. And that must have been a very magical time to be a performer. Just
Yeah.
to
Well, for them, it was. I never got the chance to meet Clyde, but I met Benny King. We became friends over the years. I met Mr. Elberry Hobbs, Charlie Thomas, and Bill Pickney. Yes, and we all became friends, and I worked with them, and it was magical. They had a way of making the music that they sang match sound and pure magical, because that we try to keep that same essence today, and we are very grateful to them for pioneering the way for us to carry on that torch.
Well, it definitely is not something that everybody is blessed with. It is definitely something that is, in my opinion, God-given, and everybody, doesn't have it. But it's clear to see that you all were blessed with the magic that is that era of performing, because in those days, Motown had a person that dressed you and kept you with the steps and kept you working, and you don't have people these days. Well, you don't. With new music, you don't need talent, in my opinion. Excuse my cynicism, but everything is based on sensationalism these days. And back in those days, their talent made them sensational, and you had to have the talent to be sensational. And those folks really had it, and the way that the four of you worked together, and I have to mention your terrific house band. Most of them come from West Virginia, not far from us. They're a fantastic house band, and
yes, they are.
And but the four of you work together right down to that Temptations shuffle, and I think it's as good or better than they can do it. I mean, it was, and
thank you very much, Zach. I appreciate that.
And the 3-part, 4-part harmony, 3 and 4-part harmony that you all did in some of the numbers, that's the part that that I could just sit and listen to all day, because that's what you don't get every other place.
Well, we enjoy it, and we enjoy working with each other, and we enjoy entertaining our audiences, and we're glad that you and the other people that come to see us enjoy our performances, and we look forward to entertaining you all again sometimes in the near future.
Evidently, Wytheville, Virginia, and the Millwald Theatre has been very good to you all, because you have come to us twice as the Drifters, and you are in the Coasters group too. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm actually the lead singer of the Cornell Got Coasters.
Mm-hmm. And the last time I interviewed you, I think that's what we talked about was the Coasters. And I especially like the red suits in the Coaster setup. But
Thank you.
I mean, apparently Wytheville Virginia and the people at the Millwald have been good to you guys because you've seen fit to come back and play for us again. So
yes, we love it. It's a beautiful place, and the sound is great, and the audiences are phenomenal.
yes,
We love it. Yes.
well, we definitely love that you're coming to our very small hamlet in Wytheville, Virginia, to play for us. I think when we spoke last time, you said you had played in Wytheville at our outdoor festival many years ago at the Chautauqua Festival, and
Yes.
and of course the coasters have been to the Millwald now, and twice as the drifters, and hopefully, I guess I don't suppose you can say if you have anything lined up yet or not, but hopefully it won't be too long before you'll be back with us again at the Millwald. So.
Well, we hope so. We don't have it lined up as of yet, but they told us before we left that they were going to rebook us again.
Well, that's wonderful, and as long as you and the guys are up for that, and the other guys liked Millwald and Wytheville as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely. They do.
Good. Let's talk a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about the other three gentlemen that are with you?
What would you like to know?
In the group? Well, let's just really who they are and what their names are, really, because I don't know that I have that on hand. Let me see. I'm at my review here. I'll see what I have pulled up. I know I mentioned Jerome Jackson in here.
Right, he's the lead singer of the Drifters.
Right. Okay.
And then you have Andre Rayner. Also, he's another lead singer of the Drifters. And then you have myself, Early Clover, who I subbed that night for them. And then you have Black Racer, who also subbed that night.
So, are you not, you subbed for the Drifters? Are you not typically in the Drifters lineup?
I'm not typically, no. Neither Mike nor I. We perform, it's just like it was in the 50s. The groups work with one another when one or two of the other members can't make it.
Right.
We work with the groups to make the show happen and to give the audience the same essence as if those people that couldn't make it were there.
Well, yeah, you don't remember me, and of course you wouldn't, as many interviews as you give. But,
yeah, I remember you, Zach.
Oh, you do remember me? Okay, well,
absolutely.
I'm honored and flattered. But we're friends on Facebook, and from where you and I spoke last year about the coasters, and when you
because I was supposed to mention you in our show, and I got so caught up I forgot.
Oh shoot! I didn't remember that, but that's quite all right. It was a fantastic show. But when I heard, I they always put me in the back of the house. But when I saw you guys come out, I said, I thought Early was with the Clovers, but that looks like Early Clover. And then when he said when you're introducing yourself and you said my name is Early Clover. I told the people next to me, I said, I know that guy. I've interviewed him and talked to him. I know Mr. Early very well. So that was it's quite an honor, and
thank you,
and quite an honor to talk to you and to be a part of what you do. And talking about my father. He loved the Benny King era of the Drifters, on Broadway, up on the roof. This Magic
Okay.
Moment, Save the Last Dance for Me, and of course the solo hits, Stand By Me.
All
Um,
right.
you know, and he loved Wilson Pickett. When you did Mustang Sally, I thought he must be up there somewhere giving me a wink, you know. Uh, but he went, in the early 60s, R&B dominated the charts. I mean, Otis Redding, everybody, I mean,
Yes.
R&B dominated. And then
Yes.
he said, I got on the ship to go into the Coast Guard, and I come back and music has totally changed because
Oh,
the British invasion had come through, and 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 he was like, what happened? What happened to my music? Because he was coming back wanting to listen to Wilson Pickett and Sam Cooke and all these guys, and the Beatles and all the other English groups that had taken over the airwaves,
yeah.
and it
Yeah.
and it was just. But that time, with the Drifters and the Motown era, I mean, there, in terms of talent and music and showmanship, there just is no other era like it. And thank you all for bringing that back and showing these young people what it really was like to be a true professional.
You're very welcome. And
Yeah.
it's our pleasure to continue to perform that music and entertain you all. And as I said before, we look forward to entertaining you all again
Well,
in the near future.
well, it was an honor to talk to you again, and always a privilege to see your show. And when you
Thank you.
come back to the Millwald, I hope we get a chance to talk again.
We will. Absolutely.
Well, bless you and take good care of yourselves, and please give my love and appreciation to all the other guys
I will, Zach.
for me
Thank you.
on behalf of Wytheville and everybody at the Millwald Theatre. We consider you a part of our extended family, and we want you to continue to come back and and join in with us because it's our gift, it's our reward.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it. I'll let them know.
Thank you.